Hello and welcome to the Broad Street Hockey Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert, trying to bring some energy here because the Flyers certainly didn't over the weekend. With me, as always, is my co-host, Joe DeMarini. Joe, how are we doing here on our first November episode?
Oh boy, is it sure getting to be winter. It's a good day otherwise. I've got a pot of beans on the stove that I'm going to go boil after this. Oh, baby.
Nice.
Tomorrow's election day, so get out there and vote to all our listeners who will hopefully listen to this before the day's over. And the Flyers have they can't hurt me anymore. How are you doing, Gilbs?
I feel like I'm okay. I actually went out and dropped my my early ballot off earlier today, right before the podcast. So I was feeling down, but they always say like taking a walk, getting fresh air, exercise like makes you feel better, and it does. It really does. It sucks because you don't want to leave your house, you don't want to leave your couch. But I was able to wear shorts and a hoodie today, so decent enough fall weather.
You're that guy. You're that guy.
It's not that cold. It was like 60 degrees. There's not much wind. It's okay. It works there. But yeah, I'm doing okay here. Of course, make sure you check out Broad Street Hockey on the YouTubes, on the Apple, on Spotify. Leave us 5-star ratings and reviews there. Shout out everyone here in the chat on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate you joining us live. This is going to be typical time, Monday at 3, Tuesday at 3 if they play on Monday. So kind of set your calendars to that. And I wanted to shout out, of course, FanDuel for sponsoring us here. I'm trying to find the Flyers playoff odds, which I have to imagine got longer after the weekend. They are now
they're hockey 500.
They are plus 340 to make the playoffs there at FanDuel. So thanks to them for sponsoring us. Go there. Yeah, I was looking at the standings because I was like, how bad can this team be? But they're 13 points in 12 games, which is tied for the fewest points in the East. Like every team has like 12, 13, 14 points. Like it's a complete mishmash here, which is why the Flyers are going to be in this for a lot longer than they should be.
So I was just, before we went live, I was reading Down Goes Brown, Sean McIndoe over on The Athletic, his weekend rankings. All 16 teams in the Eastern Conference are 500 or better. Mm-hmm. Not a single one is below 500. That is wild. Like, that's just crazy parity. So yeah, Flyers could be in it, or they could be out of it in a week. Who knows the way the way things have been going.
Yeah, the NHL is just loving the loser point this season. A bunch of overtime games left and right every night. So that's what's happening.
The Avalanche are 7-1-5. They've won one more game than they've lost. It's crazy.
It's crazy there.
But we don't cover them. We cover the Flyers. Let's talk that.
Yeah. Do you want to start with reacting to last night's game? I feel like that's probably most top of mind here because I messaged you last night after the game, just confirming our time. You were like, "Yeah, I got some thoughts." So, what are your thoughts, Joe? I'm sure you probably cooled down a little bit, but how are you feeling right now about the Flyers?
Well, the Flyers did flame out, right? No, yesterday, and to a degree, the Toronto game, those were really like a reality check to me that this is still very much a rebuilding team. And the fact that they're still rebuilding makes the lineup decisions just utterly baffling to me. Look, I know that the Typho injury makes things a little bit more complicated, but what are we doing that Andre was not in the lineup last night? You sent him down for one roster gymnastics. Now he's back up. Why was Matvei Michkov with Rodrigo Abels, who I like, but what are we doing here? And then why do you trade for Trevor Zegras with the intention of playing him at center? And the coach even says over the offseason, yeah, I'm going to give him as much opportunity as I can. And he has played there for like, one game maybe this season? I know they want to win in the moment, but if we're sacrificing the long-term development of the young players in the core, we are not doing the right thing. And the lineup decisions last night were cowardly in that sense. It is a coward's move to put the lines out in a way that, we're going to prevent a lot of goals, but you're putting them out in a way that they're not going to score any either. And I just was mad. Cowardly lineup decisions.
That's Rick Tocchet hockey, baby. I saw a graphic that like his team's shots on goal are always like, close to the lowest in the league. I mean, we saw that last night. I don't know why they hate Emil Andre. He's back up. They sent him back down. He had to play one game. They scratched him the first game, so I'm pretty sure Friday night the Phantoms played. They scratched him, so he couldn't come back up for Saturday. He could have come back up Sunday. I think he played Saturday, but didn't bring him back up. That's fine. I don't hate Zamula. He's fine on the third pair, but yeah, Abel's with Michkov, and I'm one of the biggest Rodrigo stands out there. But like,
Yeah.
he's a fourth liner. He's a fourth liner. Jacob Gaucher, fine. He looked whatever. I'd move Gurbenkin up. I feel like most people would put Gurbenkin up in the top 9 before Abel's. The Zegras thing, if Zegras is going to perform at a point per game level, play him wherever that is. There are not that many players that score 80 points in a season. I think I looked it up before. Last year it was like 30. Like, so if you can get a point per game player and it doesn't solve a center issue. Even if he was a good 2C, it doesn't solve your issue. So solve the one left wing or two left wing issue with Zegras and have him there. But yeah, this team is, when they're healthy, they're very good. But you take away one key part like Couturier we saw on Saturday, or another key part in Foerster and Couturier probably not 100%, and a tired team, not to mention Sam Emerson. Like, Sam Emerson on IR, so Kolosov has to come up. Vladar has to maybe start a game that he shouldn't have on Saturday. Not sure how they would have mixed. Yeah, because he probably would have started against his former team. Probably would have gave Emerson the Saturday game. So that it's just one thing falls out of place as soon as you set Luchenko down. Of course, perfect timing, because if this was a week or two ago, okay, you put Luchenko in that top 9. See how he does with Dvorak and Michkov. But yeah, I don't understand the Abels, Dvorak, and Michkov, because like Michkov is not generating stuff by himself right now. He's just not. He's struggling. He's having a sophomore slump. It's fine. He'll be fine in the long run. Nikita Kucherov did the same thing. But like, put him with Konechny and Couturier. Like put him with Zegras and Tippett. Just let that line run offense and have your other 3 lines be defensive. Like, missing Foerster is gonna be key here for the upcoming week too.
Doug, I think we need to be way higher on Tyson Foerster than we already are. It is. I know there's a bunch of other factors that went into last night's game, but I don't think we can express just how critical his success this year has been to the team performing the way it has. He has been so good. Flyers really might have like a top line kind of defensive winger there. Mark Stone light. Hopefully he looks good when he comes back. I don't know what centers would you ice going forward? Couturier, obviously. I would like to see Zegras at center. I'd like
his face-off's just been so bad though.
Then I don't know, man. Put Abels on that wing and have Abels take the face-off.
Abels with Zegras? I don't mind keeping Dvorak and Zegras together. Like, Dvorak's been better than I thought. Like Dvorak has been better than I thought. I love Dvorak. I love the Scott Laughton replacement in Dvorak and the guy they traded for, Gurbenkin, scoring the first goal against the Leaf. That was great there Saturday night. But yeah, like, I'm looking at the lines from last night, the lines they started with, because he kept Cates and Brink together. He put Tippett with them. I didn't like that choice. I feel like Konechny would have been a much better fit there in a guy that'll go in, win battles, play defensively. Well, we're going to have to debate about Konechny later, because apparently you're pretty far down on him. But yeah, keep Dvorak with Zegras. I don't mind keeping those two together. And if Michkov's the third guy, if Tippett's the third guy, if Konechny's the third guy, like, I feel like that's a trio that you can work with. And then if it's Konechny, Cates, and Brink, and then Zegras, Dvorak, Michkov, then you have Tippett, Couturier, Gurbenkin, maybe. Like, is this a situation where they possibly call up Alex Bump? That's probably a conversation down the line here. But just looking at the lines we saw last night, I didn't really like any of them at all. Like, why is Zegras with Couturier as well? Like, you're just completely shutting down the hybrid factor there, because you're not putting Couturier on the wing.
Well, I do just want to point out, Zegras is not good at faceoffs, but he got completely sunk by the Toronto game. Why? Because Sean Couturier wasn't playing that game, so Zegras had to take more faceoffs than he might normally. I just looked it up. He was 14.3% that night, He went 2 for 14.
Mm-hmm.
1-2, lost 12. That torpedoes his season percentage. But that was because Couturier wasn't in the lineup. So Zegras had to take these more, not high profile, but like high value face-offs that normally Coots would have taken.
Yeah.
And also Austin Matthews is really damn good at face-offs. I'm not too surprised that you would struggle with that. And John Tavares as well, right? Like, that's a tough situation. Like, we know you're not great at face-offs, but our best face-off guy is out, so you're going to take him against two of the best in the league. Have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that sank him a bit there. Taking 14, which was he took 14 in the season opener, won 6 of them. But besides that, his high was 12 against Nashville, which was another game when Couturier went out in the first period there. But you just can't have Zegras by himself out there to take faceoffs. You just can't, because God forbid they ice the puck, the opposing team brings out their top line against a tired Flyers team. That's why you put Dvorak on his wing. Just keep the hybrid thing going.
Sure.
See if he can develop more as a center as the season goes along. Like, don't just put him out there to sink or swim, knowing he's going to sink more, and then he won't have as much time with the puck. I love him with the puck. Like, when he gets the puck, he holds it. Like, there was a time on Sunday night against the Flames when the Flyers were hemmed in. They had just iced the puck and they were trying to like pass it around. Zegras got the puck, started skating around with it, and they got a full change in. Like, I love Zegras as being the guy on his line. I just don't know if he can be the center. And I don't have a problem with that.
I just looked up Tavares and Matthews face-off percentage. Tavares is 57% and Matthews is 59%. Like, you really threw Zegras to the wolves on that. I cannot hold it against him that he lost a bunch of face-offs to the Leafs.
And even their like bottom 6 centers are like good veteran guys. I know Yarncrocs in there, like Max Domi. Like, you got the Leafs are pretty solid down the middle.
But the thing with Zegras is it's the volume. That's the problem. He was made to take so many faceoffs. If you're having him center a line with Michkov and Grabenkin, do you really think that's a defensive zone faceoff line? No, he won't be forced to take that volume of faceoffs that he had to without Sean Couturier in the lineup. I say play him at center and then just utilize him in a way that the faceoffs are not like do or die must wins or the other team's going to score. Like, pick your matchups, pick your battles better.
I just don't think it's worth putting a square peg in a round hole to try to have him at center when he's playing well enough on the wing. He's playing great on the wing. Like, he is leading the team, 13 points in 12 games, point per game player. Like, that's what we want to see. Him and Vladar won that game against the Predators. Like, his goal to assist, I think he had, like, that was great there. But yeah, getting Foerster off that Cates and Brink line is going to be a huge thing to manage. I wonder what percent Couturier is at, like, because you mentioned, like, what centers do you want? You got Couturier, you have Cates. I guess it has to be Dvorak. It has to be like a Dvorak Zegras line together, or while Foerster's out, you're like, all right, Zegras is a winger now. Zegras kind of replaces Foerster, and then you have. I'll move Abels up, but I don't like Abels above the fourth line. It's like, whichever way you slice it, I feel like there's going to be at least one line where you're like, I don't love it.
I think I liked that in the third period, and I can't believe they actually bit the bullet. They split up Cates and Brink.
Yeah.
I think going forward, we really have to consider that. I know this is kind of a weird take these days, but what if you just move Noah Cates back to left wing? That was his position when he started here. I know he's been...
put who at center though?
Zegras centering Cates and Brink. That could be fun. Or have Zegras center Michkov and Cates. And then you have Brink with Dvorak and Tippett. And then you have Coots, Konechny, Grabenkin. And then your fourth line is Abels centering Gaucher and Hathaway.
Yeah, Hathaway's another guy who's struggled more than I thought this year. The Flyers need to trade him before the rest of the league catches up. But I think he'll hold enough value just as a fourth line agitator type.
And PK.
Has
he been getting much PK with Foerster, Tippett, and Cates?
I think he has. I think he's still getting a decent chunk there. But
figures.
Yeah, you take Foerster out, and I know Charlie's like mentioned it before. Like, what if Foerster is just that guy on the line,
Yeah.
driving the line? And what if Brink is just a third liner? Like, what if Brink is just a role player on the third line? They found a line that works for him. You don't want to take him off that line and suddenly he's struggling. You don't know what Cates is going to do with different line mates. I
Well,
think
without Foerster, if he is the guy on that line, what does it matter if you keep Cates and Brink together? Just like they're going to struggle together without Foerster. Maybe you split them up and see what else you can get out of them.
I think I'd like to see Konechny on that line, even though I know
Okay.
Konechny doesn't like playing left wing.
Left.
So let me just draw this out here. Konechny, so you Konechny, Cates, Brink, and then I'm
Okay.
going to keep Dvorak and Zegras together. Keep that Michkov line together, and then you have Couturier, Tippett, Grabenkin, and then Abels, Gaucher, Hathaway. Like,
Sure.
those are 4 lines that I think can work. I think maybe I'm too high on Grabenkin just because I think he has some sort of potential more than Abels, but see if that works. If Foerster is out long term, maybe we see someone gets bumped up from the AHL.
That was good. Yeah, I'm barking at that one. No, I think Bump would jump Barkey anyhow.
Yeah,
in terms of call up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird, but the coaching staff has to make that decision in the first place, and actually, like, it's funny to think John Tortorella, he wanted to win games, but he also recognized I got to just let this guy play for 20 minutes a night and see how it goes, because long term that might help him better. I don't know. There's got to be a happy medium in here somewhere that we can find.
Like, are you just saying like with how much Michkov's been playing, or are you just saying like Andre not getting the time and just everything?
It's just like the way the lineup decisions have been done. It goes against some of what he said this summer about Zegras as well. Like, this team has a center problem. What's like if Zegras is a point of game player and he has to be at the wing, cool, that's awesome. But like, shouldn't you at least try? What are you trying to do this season if not find out? It's a contract year. Like, figure out if he can be a center option at the very least, not a solution, but an option.
I get that, but like, I just don't think if Couturier was the one out long term and it wasn't Foerster, yes, but you still have Couturier, Cates, Dvorak, and either Albers or Gaucher as the 4th line guy. Like, I feel like that's a solid enough 3 centers with Couturier, Cates, and Dvorak. Tocchet loves Dvorak. I do wonder what the conversations are behind closed doors about Zegras if they did come into the trade and be like, all right, we're going to use him as a center. We're going to try to do that. Or if it was a situation where it was like, all right, we'll see if he can handle it. And if not, if he's playing well on the wing or whatever, we'll keep him there. And I'm fine with that. We're still 12
13?
games. There's 12 games into an 82 game season. We're still very early on. If Zegras isn't a center by January, February, I feel like that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Then you have to be like, all right, well, you have Zegras, Michkov, Martone, Konechny, Tippett on the wings. Like, what do you do there to go out and get a center? But he's 24. He can develop faceoffs. Like, I think Couturier was pretty bad at faceoffs early on in his career. When he was 23, he was 48%, then went up to 55 in his age 24 season. So,
I mean, part of it too is just knowing the competition. You learn how other guys in the league take faceoffs, and you learn how to beat them. That takes time. Like, you don't just know that off the jump. Like, you think about Coots in this situation. When he was younger, he probably didn't match up against Crosby that often. He had to learn how to take faceoffs.
He did. He was a pretty good shutdown center, like right from the get go. But no, I get what you're saying, and that's why I do want him with Dvorak. Where if it's a big faceoff, Dvorak takes it. If it's a 2 or 3 goal game, neutral zone faceoff, let's see what Zegras can do. Like let him learn on the fly, which is why I think the hybrid thing works best in keeping those two together. I think, because they were developing some chemistry there. Like, he's turning Christian Dvorak into a player. Like, he's turning Christian Dvorak into maybe another 1st round pick come the trade deadline. Like, that's important.
I'll be curious to see that. There was one other thing about oh crap. I just lost it. It'll come back to me in a minute. But I saw a comment the other day. This is only tangentially related. Noah Cates is playing really well. and someone was like, I can't wait to see the first round pick he brings back in 2 years. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Do you really what are we doing here? If you're trading away Noah Cates in 2 years for a first round pick for a player that won't be here for 5 or 6 years, what are we even doing? Like, guys, the pick stuff, it's done. This is the last year. There's maybe one. You said Dvorak. I think Rasmus Ristolainen is maybe the only other player on this roster that'll bring back a draft pick. Stop. Get some help. It's done. Like the pick accumulation is done. But no, I'm down with the hybrid role. I just want to see Zegras get some more opportunities at center. Although I did make a joke in the Slack yesterday, like, man, it'll be funny in March when we look back at this and he's been at center since January, you know? That could happen.
Exactly. It's still very early on. He's still learning it. And yeah, like Cates isn't going to, if he gets traded, it'll be for a roster player, like probably a defenseman or something, but he's probably not getting traded. It's just that, I mean, but there are some teams like the Hurricanes. They traded for picks because picks are currency. Picks are the only currency that has similar value around the league. Different teams value different positions, different play styles, different things about players. But a first round pick is a first round pick is a first round pick. You can say, there are different depths in different draft years, but like a first round pick, GMs know usually what they can get and what they're worth. So I don't mind, like, that's just the default. We're going to trade him for a pick. But if they think we're in a situation in 2 years where we're still rebuilding, that's going to be the problem.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, so in 2 seasons when Matvei Michkov is in his bridge deal and like starting to enter his prime, Porter Martone is coming off of a hopefully Calder winning rookie season. You're trading out one of your best middle six, most versatile players for nothing that helps your lineup in the short term. If there's like a rookie, maybe Jack Nesbitt or Jet Luchenko has stepped up and can do everything Cates does, but is younger and better, I can see a situation like that. But they are not going to trade any of these roster guys except maybe Risto and Dvorak potentially for straight draft picks. From here on out, they're going to be looking for players that are an upgrade or such a significant complementary piece to what they already have. They'll make that deal. Speaking of complementary pieces, dude, this defense group, the top 4, actually kind of nice. York Drysdale, very complimentary pieces right there.
Yeah, York and Sanheim has been a fantastic defensive pair for the Flyers, playing 151 minutes together. Sealer, Drysdale, they've both been fantastic. Drysdale's having an amazing season. Nick Sealer's doing his stuff there on the second pair. So yeah, if you like in the third pair, Noah Juleson is just awful, but like they're fine. They're fine against on most nights against most teams. But I do want to see if they bring Andre in, how that's going to shake things up, because Andre can move the puck better. He's probably better all around. He's just shorter than Igor Zamula. That's the only thing. And I would love to see Juleson get healthy scratch for a game or two. See how an Andre Zamula pairing could do. But I don't think Rick Tocchet would be all for that.
I am quickly trying to scroll back in the Slack chat because one of our other writers here made a contribution about the expected goals relative percentage.
Yes, I saw that this morning. Or
for the defense pairs. Let me see. So just to preface this, the Ginning Juleson, the Gin and Jules pair, real bad. Real bad. Ginning Zamula, pretty bad. Zamula Juleson. And then the Andre Juleson pair, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I have money puck up. Andre Juleson only played 17 minutes together across 2 games, but yeah, 71% expected goal share. No goals while on the ice, 0-0. It looks like you have the stat now.
I do. So Andre Juleson plus 30.32 expected goals for rel. Zamula Juleson minus 6.7 expected goals for rel. And Gin and Jules minus 32.05 expected goals for rel. Shout out Bradley over at Broad Street Hockey for that data. I don't, if Andre Juleson works, it works, but boy, howdy.
But if Andre Juleson works, then you're just sitting Zamula, who whether you believe the reports from the agent or whatever, is already kind of disgruntled a bit. Maybe there's some interest in him. I think Calgary, they said, had some interest. Like, it's not a problem to have Zamula healthy scratched or Andre healthy scratched, but I could just see them moving Andre before they move Zamula too.
I think that would be a huge mistake. I
completely agree. I wouldn't do it, but I could see them doing it.
If it's for a good return, I would do it, but
yeah, it's
just to do it doesn't make any sense. Boy, Calgary, that would be funny. Then you've got Farabee, Frost, and Zamula all hanging out in Calgary.
Are you surprised they didn't do any sort of welcome back video for anybody? I was kind of surprised for Scott Lawton on Saturday, but he wasn't playing. He was just in the building. But then, maybe unless it was before the game on Sunday, during the game there was nothing for Frost and Farabee.
Well, didn't Calgary play in Philadelphia late last season after the trade?
Oh, that could have been the situation there.
I think they did. I recall,
yes, March 4th. That explains it. Because I was like, are the Flyers just doing no videos now? Like, are they just completely ending that? But no, that's a good callback there from you. They did play Calgary on March 4th. A 6-3 win for the Flames.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well that figures. Flyers were real bad by that time of year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, it was funny in the Flames game. I think there was a scrum, and Farabee skates up to Nick Seeler, and they just kind of put their arms around each other, and they're like, we're not going to fight, but we're here. Just, I'm like,
yeah,
I gotta love that for them.
Or like Stolarz pulling Zegras out of the scrum just by his scruff there. Like they played together in Anaheim, so they were probably good buds.
I had forgotten that Stoli had played for the Ducks.
Stoli's been around, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are your? So we have Stoli the goalie. What do you think about the nickname Coley the goalie for Kolosov? Because he looked decent on Saturday night, pretty good on Sunday. Like the only 2 goals, one was a Huberdeau shot that double screen, like whatever, and then a deflection in front, like for the second one. Like I don't remember him having any huge high danger chances against. I think the Flames only had like 1 expected goal in the game at 5-on-5, but like
because they suck.
I only yelled "get in the crease" 1 time. He was out of the crease just once, and then that was it. So that's very good for Kolosov.
He heard you and was like, "Oh, that guy in the stands is right. I better stay in the crease." No, I thought he was good. Look, guys, he's still a young goalie by goalie standards. What, 23 still? I don't think he's turned 24 yet.
He might be 24. I don't know.
Is he 24 now? I don't know. I can't.
He is 23. He is
23.
Yeah, 23. Okay. But yeah, still very young.
That's young by goalie standards.
Yeah. And honestly,
he needs some AHL seasoning still, but like this was fine. He was fine. He is a fine emergency third goalie when someone is hurt, but
I'm actually reading Matty Campbell's article on Kolosov from today. Check that out, BrowserJockey.com. Read, like, and subscribe there. And here's a Rick Tocchet quote from postgame. He was fine. He was fine. He was fine.
Oh,
I think he was solid. I think they had 5 or 6 5-on-5 chances. It's not like they had a lot of chances. They just scored on 2 by the net. So yeah, exactly what we said. He was fine. That's what you want out of a backup goalie. You want to have a chance to win the game, and that's what he gave.
Not just a backup, your third string goalie. That's fine is exactly like the most you can ask for from that kind of guy.
Yeah.
And also when you first said it, I thought you said he was fined, and I was like, for what?
No, he was fine. Was the quote from Tocchet. Exactly what you said. Yeah. And cool. You know what? I'm getting worried about Sam Ersson. Like he can't stay healthy. I don't even know if he can be a 1B at this point. Like you can't rely on him in a tandem because you're going to need just your third goalie at some point, which shouldn't be a problem. Your AHL should be a young goalie prospect and a guy that can play in the NHL if he has to. Which, I mean, Kolosov's kind of both for the Flyers, being 23, already has some NHL experience. So 2 games this week. I don't really expect Kolosov will probably get one of them, I guess, but I guess this is at least a decent time for Ersson to he did miss the 1 back-to-back, but besides that, as long as he's healthy by next week or something, like at this point it's just Vladar really disappointed me over the weekend. He let in a few goals he should have stopped on Saturday, but
Yeah.
they're all just the same to me. Like, there's no one that I'm really too worried about until Kolosov gives me a reason to be. And the Flyers don't allow a ton of chances. Like, that's the whole Tocchet system. It's play boring hockey and try to win a 2-1 game.
I mean, that's the problem with it, though. When Tocchet had this system in Vancouver, he had Quinn Hughes put in a Norris winning season. Thatcher Demko was a Vezina finalist. And I think Brock Besser put in 40 that year.
Brock
Like,
Besser was really good.
the Flyers don't have... They don't even have a Brock Besser to do this. Like, the closest is probably Travis Konecny, but he looks god-awful right now. And it's I don't know what he's doing. It's like he's not thinking, or he's thinking too much, which, TK, buddy, don't think. Just be a rat. Just be an asshole out there.
Well,
That's what makes it work.
He was a rat in the first period, got a high sticking penalty, and then was yapping at the ref for something, I guess, and got another one. Got a like, and he clearly high sticked him in the face. Like, maybe the guy embellished a little bit, but if you get an unexpected stick to the face, you're gonna go down and grab your face. I mean, that was a huge kill for the Flyers, though. I thought they'd get some momentum off of that, but they didn't. And it's funny you say you're worried about Konecny, and fans are worried about Konecny. People saying, he's got to earn his money. He's on a 4-game point streak now, 3 goals in that span. A nice snipe, the only goal on Sunday. But yeah, you watch him and you just want more. You want more from him. I don't know if we were maybe spoiled by his start last year. 8 points in 12 games now to start the season, but that's not enough. It's like 60 points is not going to be enough out of him. Like, he was 76 last year. You got to see him get more.
It's not just the points, though. It's that he looks wrong. Like, he doesn't look like he's playing right. And I know it's a new season, but you kind of got to consider how he finished last year. And what was that? 2 goals in 30 games or something?
It was bad. Yeah.
It was really bad. And it doesn't look much better now. And it doesn't even look injured. Like, it doesn't even look like he's playing hurt. He's probably lost his spot on Team Canada at this.
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point.
No, he has. No, he's not making Team Canada.
No, it's a bummer because we love TK on this show, and
Yeah,
to see him struggle like this is. Travis Sanheim just needs to grab him by the shoulders and shake him until he's like, snap out of it. So get on that, Sandy.
Yeah, good call out here in the chat from Jennifer saying Sam is on the video of the Flyers getting on the plane. I think we'll be playing soon. I did see that as well. I did not connect there, so yeah, that's good there to see. I think he's eligible to come back as soon as
Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday or Thursday. So yeah, maybe he does get one of those starts after because he played in that Penguins game. That was Tuesday, which feels like forever ago now, that Penguins game. Yeah,
shootout win, by the way.
another shootout win. Yeah. I do wonder if Konecny is just doesn't know the system yet, and maybe Konecny just needs more open hockey. He's not, but he has a guy. He can make plays in the zone. Like, he can. I don't know. It's tough. Maybe it's just a slow start. Maybe he's finding it there. Maybe he needs a consistent line where, like, he can be the guy. He's been playing with Couturier and Tippett was the one there. Like, it was with Couturier and Michkov hasn't had a good start to the year. Zegras and Tippett as well. Like, I think he just needs to find a line and click on it. And I honestly think get him on that Cates and Brink line. Tell him to focus on defense, and offense will come. You'll start seeing some 2-on-1s from him and stuff, and the points won't be there, but you already got paid. You're not worried about your contract. Go out there and turn your game around.
I mean, if he's on a line with notable speedster Bobby Brink, who is now a legitimately fast skater, who knew?
He had one burst. He had one burst, yeah.
But he's been doing it consistently. He's been at like a higher speed more consistently for a guy who fell to the second round because of skating concerns. Yeah. Flyers have proven pretty much beyond a shadow of a doubt right now that they can pinpoint guys whose skating is bad in a draft and fix it. Foerster, Brink. When Andre is up in the NHL, you can tell that his skating has improved. Even Rodrigo Abels, he said the big focus for him over the summer was to like try and get faster as a skater, and he looks like he got better as a skater. He's older, so it's a little different, but the Flyers scouting department really seems to have a bead on what makes a junior player a bad skater and whether they're going to be able to fix it as they get older. So high hopes for Jack Berglund and Jack Nesbitt as time goes on.
The Flyers scouting staff, has been fantastic all around. Like, you listen to, I think it was the Briere interview with Gargano on PHLY. Like, he was like, our scouts were predicting, like, the board went as they predicted, so we knew what guys were going to be there. We like, the guys fell to us. Like, it was perfect. So the scouting department has done its job. Now we'll see if they develop and properly evaluate and get rid of the players that they don't necessarily like, which I thought they had done already. But then after Sunday night's game, Rick Tocchet kind of ripped into the team a bit, saying they're not getting to the hard ice, they're just playing on easy ice, which, yeah, they weren't. Like, so many times Dustin Wolf just, clear lane to the shot, gloved it down, whistle. Like, there was very little traffic in front, very, very few chances on, like, deflections or rebounds. Just not much going for the Flyers against a Flames team that had won 2 games before that, and one of them was in a shootout. Like, just not what you want to see.
No, not at all. But who are the subtractions at this point? Like,
maybe it is Cates or Brink if Foerster is the guy there.
Sure.
Maybe it is Tippett. Like, maybe, I don't know. You're not trading Konechny.
No.
And there's not really, you're not trading Couturier, like,
or Michkov.
Like, it comes down to the Tippett, Cates, Brink. Like, it comes down to those 3 seem to be the guys. Or maybe he's calling out Hathaway and Grabenkin. Like, who knows what he wants out of those guys. And it's just boring hockey. It sucks because, like, if they had somehow, like, won that game on Saturday, if the Zegras power play shot that went off both posts went in, they took a lead, if the Abels goal counted, like, we're talking like, okay, they grinded out a win against a good team, even if they lost last night.
Hold on. Are we calling the Leafs a good team?
The Leafs are a good team. The Leafs
are we sure?
They're not playing good hockey, but they are a good team.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Yeah. So
also, before we move on, our condolences to any of our Canadian listeners on your beloved Toronto, Philadelphia Blue Jays. And Bush has, on the broadcast last night, he said that he was rooting for the Dodgers to win that. So, I don't know. Bush, you might have put yourself on a bit of a hot seat there in Philadelphia, claiming to be an LA Dodgers fan. So
yeah, that's an interesting decision there from Bush, who usually has a lot of good decisions, usually has a lot of good takes, but apparently that is not
bad one.
That is not one there. Let's touch on a few kind of newsy things that happened in the past week.
Sure.
Samu Tuomaala is not an option to be called up because they traded him for Christian Kyrou, which is the brother of Jordan Kyrou, and I believe Kyrou scored for the Phantoms the other night. Did he not?
I think he has like 2 or 3 points or something in his first couple games with the team.
One goal, 2 assists in 2 games. Yeah, +1. There we go.
Hey, steal. Danny Briere masterclass once again. Every time I see a trade like this, I think of that meme of Danny Briere with like the laser red eyes.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't read up on him. Maybe I should read BroadStreetHockey.com to find out about Christian Kyrou. But 5'11", right-hand shot, former second-round pick. Like, seems like a right-handed Emile Andre almost. A little bit taller, a little bit younger. Maybe gets called up if like Drysdale has an injury. But for now, yeah, another defenseman to add to the pipeline because Tuomaala just was. He wasn't gonna cut it here.
I think too, it was pointed out that acquiring Kyrou was more for the Phantoms than it was for the Flyers because they're dealing with some injuries on their own blue line, and also Andre is up here. Like they need someone because when Andre is up here, and Jennings is up here too, right? So they're
Jennings been the
healthy scratch, but he's with the Flyers because he'd have to pass through waivers if they sent him back down. So with Jennings and Andre both on the big club, the defense on the Phantoms, because I think Ethan Sampson is injured.
Ethan Sampson and obviously Oliver Bonk is still out.
Yeah, they are depleted and they needed a guy. So trading Tuamala for Kyrou was more of a like we're helping out the Lehigh boys. But if he turns out to be like a flyer guy, great, awesome.
Yeah. Why not? He's like a like a Ronnie Addard or someone that can maybe get called up and play third pair if he has to.
More 47s. It would be more 47s. It would be absolutely hilarious. I love seeing your cat say hello back there in the back of your camera. I think that if they trade or otherwise lose Juleson, it'd be very funny if Kyrou then came up and wore number 47 to continue a tradition.
That'd be good. That'd be good. So we touched on, or let's Tuamala, Harrison we touched on, Foerster we touched on. Andre, like, I just don't understand what, like, either keep him up or keep him down, and ideally keep him up, because mix him in here and there. You can healthy scratch him for a game here or there if you want to, but get him in the lineup. Like, utilize your entire roster to make sure you have the freshest players out there.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see. I think Tocchet likes him too. He seemed to have good things to say about him. Look, apparently it was just to make the contract numbers work because they were bringing Coots back and they needed to like send a contract down to make it all work.
They needed Tocchet in case for Saturday's game. So
because they didn't want to play Delorier, which that makes sense too. Like, it makes sense because of the way the contract situation works, but it was still frustrating. Hopefully this is it, and he's just going to stay up now, and they make a decision like, we're going to send Adam Yinning back to the minors, or maybe they're working on a trade and it's going to send Zamula somewhere, and then that solves that problem. Or, there are options.
Trade Zamula for like a center. Get a center in here that you can play third line and go back to the Phantoms if he has to. Like, that's definitely something you have to do. Are you worried about anyone else really besides Konechny and Michkov? Obviously, I feel like it's 12 games here, so it hasn't been too long, but we're over 10%, 15% into the season. Konechny, you want to see more out of, obviously.
I guess Typho for the health, because we don't really have any clarity on what the injury is exactly. And Travis Sanheim's kind of on a point drought now after having a pretty good start to the season. So I'm not worried. It's just more like he's playing a lot and we're already seeing the effects of all those minutes. That could be a problem months from now. Because he's going to probably make Team Canada, so he's not going to get a break. He's going to be playing. And, that's I'm not concerned about Sanheim now. I'm more concerned about what Sanheim's going to look like in March. If he's already starting to look like this.
Yeah, hopefully they get Risto back when they're supposed to, which is 4-ish weeks, I feel like was the latest update from Danny Briere. So if he comes back, he can take some of the PK time there. I like Sanheim not getting the power play time. Cam York's been great on that.
He's been
second
good.
Unit, Drysdale on the top one. Obviously.
I posted it yesterday on Blue Sky. I never thought I'd say Rasmus Ristolainen cannot rejoin this roster soon enough. It is unbelievable how big of an impact a positive impact he can have on this defense group. Who would have guessed that when he came to Philadelphia the first time in 2021, 22? Yeah, 21, 22.
Let's say Risto is healthy right now. What are your pairs? Do you just slot him on the third pair? Like, do you just slot him on the third pair with Zamula or Andre? Do you
probably
do you split up Steeler Drysdale?
I mean, my pairs at the beginning of the season, I wanted to see Sanheim Drysdale. Like, I thought that would be a fun
I wonder if that could work now with Drysdale playing so well.
I feel like they complement each other well, and I love York Risto. I think that's a really good pair. I think they could do it more, because what was one of the big problems with York? He never activated offensively. He wasn't scoring. And on a pair with Sanheim, that's because Sanheim was the one who seemed more, at least last season, more prepared and ready to jump up on the play, leaving York to be the defenseman back. With Risto's not jumping up on that play.
No.
He's staying back. He's staying on the blue line and playing defensively, which gives York the opportunity to be more aggressive in the offensive zone. I think that could work really well. And then you have a third pair of Andre Seeler. I know Seeler's a left shot, but like Figure it out.
It would just
Dude.
be Sealer Juleson, and they would be just a shutdown defensive line.
I wonder if Sealer could improve Juleson's game. That'd be interesting.
Couldn't hurt it. I'll tell you that much.
But then what do you do with Zamula Andre?
You trade one and you trade Zamula and or send Andre back. You just send Andre back, and Zamula's the 7.
Yeah. Well, no. Tocchet says he likes to have. I guess
8.
Yinning. I guess Yinning would be the 8th, and then you send Andre back. Oh, that's stupid. I hate that.
Yinning just a professional practice player there, and maybe you get a game here and there. But yeah, I'm looking up the York Risto numbers from last season on Money Puck here. 79 minutes, so not a huge sample size, but 64.7% expected goal share. And then the year before that, not a big sample either, 50 minutes, but 73.7. Like, and now York playing for a coach that doesn't hate him, getting that power play time, activating offensively. Like you said, I actually would really like to see that, because like I don't want to split up those top 2 pairs, but Sealer's a 3rd pair guy, and like Risto should be 2nd pair, so I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I mean, one of the reasons we don't want to split them up is because then it would mean Juleson is playing in the top 4, and we just cannot have that at all. Like that would be a disaster. So.
Yeah,
I mean, if with Risto out, we can't split them up right now. If Risto comes back, then
Well, you could do like Sealer, Juleson 3rd pair, and like Zamula, or you can't do Andre and Drysdale, and Zamula's not a 2nd pair guy. So no, you're stuck with what the 2 pairs as they are.
Yeah, the top 4 is kind of locked in until Risto's back. Then could get spicy. I'm stoked for it. I'm here.
Yeah. One guy that I kind of. I haven't been watching him too closely. He's been fun, but I just expected more out of him so far. Is Nikita Grabenkin had that good fight? Had the has been energetic. Had the assist against Toronto, but partially that's due to Rick Tocchet not playing him a ton. Saturday and Sunday were his first 2 games with double-digit minutes since the game against Winnipeg. So would like to see him get a chance with 2 skilled guys to see if he could be the banger or the net front guy.
Now's the chance. Now's a good time.
Exactly.
I mean, he would make good sense on the 2nd power play unit, perhaps, to replace Foerster. Or is that the 1st power play unit now? I can't really tell which one's the 1st and 2nd. Like, one's the name brand, and then one is the knockoff. But the knockoff keeps performing better.
I think there's an article on that coming out on BroadStreetHockey.com soon. But I have to think Zegras. Whichever power play Zegras is on is the power play 1, right?
Not Michkov.
What's going on with Michkov? Do we just think it's like a training thing? Do we think he's just snake bitten? Do we think he's pressing too hard? And then he runs into Chris Tanev. That was scary there. Tanev, that was brutal. Somehow cleared to come back from a concussion, and now he's strutted off the ice.
Why? Like I said it in the Slack too. There needs to be stricter guidelines for players returning from concussions. He missed 4 games with a concussion, comes back. It was interference, that was an incidental, he got in the way, but it wasn't malicious and there was no intent to injure there. But that was that was a bump that most hockey players take 3 times a game and have to deal with. So I don't know, man. That's bad. Apparently he's already been discharged from the hospital, so that's good news. But that was brutal to watch.
Yeah, that was tough there. Looking at the power play numbers, the Cates unit has been much better in terms of the expected goals for and the goals for. Michkov's only been on the ice for 2 power play goals. Konechny for 1, Couturier for 0, and Zegras 7, and then the Foerster, Cates, Brink, and New York for 6. So,
boy, is this power play back? Is it back? Do we have a power play that works?
They might. I think you probably put Konechny or Tippett in that spot to get the right-hand shot for Foerster there, but maybe that changes power play 1 then if one of those 2 guys drop down. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Rick Tocchet comes up with for this week.
Noah Juleson, net front presence on power play 1.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I think that's all the talking points we had. Briefly mentioned the Penguins game, but what a fun game! What a chaotic ending with Zegras getting misconduct, so he couldn't take the shootout. Bobby Brink shootout goal. I mean, just absolutely incredible. I was blown away. Just Flyers have so many shootout weapons now, and those are going to be important because there's a lot of overtime games.
Ersson 10-3 in shootouts, which is just bonkers. Zegras is still he didn't get to shoot that time, but he's still in the 60% effective rate. It's so fun to see. And shout out Zegras, he ended up on the NHL's end of month assists of the month recap of 10 assists. It was the one that he got to Couturier from behind the net during the Panthers game.
Yeah.
So
that one was sick there. That was good. Michkov had a nice assist against the Predators from behind the net. It looked like the Predators thought he was going for the Michigan. He was like, nope, gonna give it over there to Drysdale, I think it was, and he put it.
Yes.
In. So the dry guys there were happy by that one.
So big. Ersson, Persons, and dry guys, yo. We gotta stay strong. Yes. Shall we do a recap of our predictions from last week and then do next week's?
You read my mind here. I was getting up the box scores to go through them. Predictions for this past week, the Penguins game. You said a 4-1 win. I said a 4-2 win. That, of course, was a 3-2 win in a shootout there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should have been a regulation win. That Crosby goal was
so dumb.
Kind of suspect there.
People were mad at Ersson. I think it was Ersson in net, right?
Yeah, people were like, oh, why didn't Ersson? That was a leaky one from Ersson. It's like, well,
was it?
The first one, if anything, you could say he came off the post for Brazeau has been had a great season, but he made a power move there. But yeah, Crosby just banks it in off Sanheim or whoever was in front. Yeah, sure, you want him to stop that, but you can't expect him to.
No, it happens. I feel like before we move on, Ersson and Nick Seeler specifically are cursed. Nick Seeler has, I think, deflected 2, maybe 3 pucks into his own net this year.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them happen against Sam Ersson for some reason. Ersson's like, God, I guess I'm always facing down 6 skaters when Nick Seeler's in front of me. Poor guy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Going on to the Nashville game, it was a 4-1 win for the Flyers. Again, they probably should not have won. And that game shows exactly why Nick Deslauriers can't be in the lineup. Because someone gets hurt in the first period, you're playing with 10 forwards.
Yep. I have to think that's probably why they didn't use him in either of the other 2 games.
Yes, yeah. You predicted a 3-2 overtime loss. I predicted a 3-2 overtime win with a Michkov overtime winner. But, got the win there. Toronto, you said 6-2 Leafs if Stolarz, 4-3 if not, with a Max Domi-Grebby fight there. I said 4-2 Leafs, and it was 5-2 Leafs with an empty netter. So, we're both kind of correct there. And then Calgary, we were both very confident as we should have been. You said 6-2, I said 4-1, and it was a 2-1 loss there. So got 3 games coming up this week. You have Tuesday at Montreal, Thursday at Nashville, and then Saturday back at home against Claude Giroux and those Senators.
Oh boy.
What are you thinking for Tuesday in Montreal?
Dude, the Habs look good. They look real good. And
yeah.
What's his name? Jakub
Dobby, whatever. It's called Dobby.
Oh, yeah. Dobby is a free elf. Oh boy. He has outplayed Montembeault, who was their de facto number 1.
Yeah.
I think the Flyers are gonna have their hands full. I'm thinking a 4-2 loss to the Habs, especially if they don't have Foerster. Yeah, I think that's it. 4-2 loss.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna say as well. It's Montreal is looking real good. They're looking like they might have a chance in the to win that division even because they're 9-3 to start the year.
Demidov hat trick. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't put that out there. I'm not putting that out there.
And then Nashville, just saw them, got a win they shouldn't have. It's going to be tough again. Flyers haven't been too great on the road. I'm going to go a 3-2 loss. I'm not going to say overtime because if it goes to overtime, they're winning. So just 3-2 in regulation.
If it goes to a shootout, they're winning. If it goes to overtime, I don't know.
I'm fairly confident in their overtime play, though.
I think it's a 3-1 loss. If they couldn't get more than 1 goal against the Flames yesterday, I don't know if they can get more than 1 against Predators.
Well, now's the time when Rick Tocchet needs to really show what he can do to get this team going, because he represented them there after the game. Going to be their third game in 4 nights against Montreal, 4th and 6th against Nashville. So you gotta bring something out, Tocchet, to get the job done.
It's not early season anymore. I mean, it is, but we're over 10 games in. That's a sample size. Like we're starting to get a picture of what the team is.
Yep. And then Ottawa on Saturday, back at home at the Farg there. Ottawa's a tough team. They really are, even without Brady Tkachuk. I'll go 4-3 win though. Give me a 4-3. Give me an OT win.
OT win. I like that. I'm gonna say 3-2 overtime. Well, no, you know what? 5-4 overtime win. Linus Ullmark has not been great to start this year.
No, he has not. And I think they sent down Marilainen for I forget what the backup goalie's name is, but it doesn't matter. Like if Ullmark's off his game, that's all that matters.
They're
and
screwed.
I mean, Dustin Wolf was off his game, and he had a great game against the Flyers. So maybe
oh
that's
no.
all. Oh.
Is
What?
it good? Is it going to be an Ullmark get right game against the Flyers on Saturday?
Maybe.
I'm
surprised you didn't
if only
bring
they
up.
Still had. Oh, I was going to say if only they still had Philip Gustafsson.
Oh, the Gus bus. Yeah. Gustafsson's great in Minnesota though too. That would have been a great tandem.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
Way to go, Pierre Dorian.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't bring up another player scoring their first goal against the Flyers.
Easton Cowan.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yep. That makes sense. So, of course he did.
That always happens.
It
happens against every team, but
it's true. Is that 2 this week? Matthew Wood with the Predators and Cowan with the Leafs, I think, right?
Was Matthew Wood his first of his career?
I think it might have been.
I don't know. He has 2 now. Yeah, that was the first of his career. And then he scored the on Saturday against Calgary, because of course he did.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
And that Islanders defenseman that got called up had like an assist or 2 in his debut against the Flyers too. Just all these kids, they're coming in here. Michkov's not doing anything, and just other teams, rookies are.
It's not fair.
No,
it ain't right.
It's not fair. Let's get Matvei Michkov going right here. We're not going to do Tankathon quite yet, but it's getting there. If we have an 0-3 week, we might have to bring the Tankathon back.
I was going to say, Gilbs, we're 500. We're a 500 team. There's no reason to start Tankathon yet.
Yeah, we're positive. We're gotta keep the positive vibes going here. Keep the positive vibes going. At browserdocky.com. Read, subscribe, and like there. I think we had a fantastic month of October there, so we do appreciate everyone that reads and subscribes, that listens to the podcast as well. We appreciate all of that. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Apple Podcast, and on Spotify. Of course, thanks to FanDuel for sponsoring us. And Joe, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at jfdemarini.bsky.social. Thank you. Gilbs, where can they find you at?
Yeah, you can follow me on Blue Sky at ryangilbert.bsky.social. And until next time, thanks for listening.
Go Flyers.